Good morning, Monday the 27th of April. It's 5 to 8. If you're watching back on YouTube and this is the date you're after, please stay. We'll get going with the movement snack in about 4 and a bit minutes. If not, stay here. And for now, we need to say hello and welcome to who's joining us live today. Good morning, Dawn Skelton. First over the line, Dawn. I don't know if it was the coffee that crossed the line first or your nose. I'm guessing the coffee, the very milky coffee. Hello, Bob from Northumberland. I'm Maddie. Fairham's in. Sister Townley, good to see you. So this is our preamble, our broadcast, where I lure you into the first movement snack of the day to get that all important first 10 minutes of movement into the bag. Kick off the day to a good start. Morning, Sue MC. And this is the start of week 6. Week 6 of the movement snacking journey. All right, Kim. Bob's reporting some buffering already. You have lots of buffering bothers, Bob. Sorry. Maybe if I move slower and talk slower, the buffering would kind of counteract. Let's not do that experiment. Who else would like to join us? We've got a 2.5 minute countdown. Hello, Wales. Morning, Wales. Susanna's just feeding the birds. Critical activity of daily living. At Blueberries. She has good taste, does Mrs. Blackbird. Are you going to have any yourself, Susanna, with some yoghurt or something? Morning movers. All right, Angela. Hello, Jane. Edinburgh's in. Monday, we're commencing another 3.5 hours of accumulative movement minutes. If you've just started this week, it's never too late. Come on in. Devon's here. Took several swipes. Yeah, you did. If you struggle to find us in the morning, sometimes if you just keep swiping down, it resets it. I don't understand. I'm sorry. Just swipe it. I'm like you. I just have a go to make things work. Really frustrating sometimes. Thanks for your perseverance indeed. Chris from Wales has already been up and down them steps, and I've seen those steps, Chris. So you've pretty much had a full main course movement snack this morning already. Morning, Carol. Where are you, Carol? Might be a new name. Maybe I haven't recalled it. Let's know where you are, where you're coming from. Llanbryn Maya. Hello, Trevor. Trevor Five Lawns is in. Susanna is reporting that actually is her breakfast, that she's feeding the blackbird. All right, Somerset, come on. Jeannie in Wales, come on in. 30 seconds and then we're going to go live. Go live. Who went going live? Philip Schofield, back in the day. 30 seconds. Ready for the morning mobility routine. Morning, Berkshire. Let's do a 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Good morning. My name is Bex Townley. Welcome to the 8 a.m. movement snack on Monday, the 27th of April. We're 6 weeks into this movement mission. Join any time if this is your first one. have a look at what we're doing, or have a look at the movement, and then decide whether you're going to do that in sit or in stand, and move between the two at any time. You can join this mission at any time. It's never too late. Let's get going with the first 10 minutes of this week. We start all movement snacks with a 1 minute or so of circulation boosting. This can be done in stand or in sit. If you know what's coming, of course, continue. Here's the thoughts and checks in stand. Some external support at an appropriate height for you. Start to walk or march on the spot. Start steady pace, and then we just think through the checks to really optimise this movement. Starting with lifted posture through the centre here. So standing up a little bit taller than you ordinarily do. Plus open the chest a little bit more, head is centre, and then start to consider how the feet, ankles and toes are working for you. And by that I mean really articulating, heels off, toes down first. This is rhythmical, it's steady, the knees are fairly low, it should feel comfortable, it should feel good for you to get moving. Bringing in the arm, other one, two together whenever you're ready. Keep going if that's your preferred posture and stand. Here are the seated prompts. Lift, down, lengthen. They're exactly the same regardless of the posture. We want to really optimise this central position so that we can then better support a hip walk forward. And then we can start to do the same circulation booster, starting either with arms first or down at feet and ankles first, whichever is best for you. Same principles apply down here, really looking to get the ankles and feet working for us this morning. If that means slowing it down and having a look, please do. Bring in arms together with the legs. Can you see this is a steady, controlled pace? It's more about the quality of the movement and what's happening in the support structure here than about racing off. It's really considered. Same in stand. And after this little injection of movement, literally this movement, this action of legs moving, the muscles start to pump the blood, the heart obviously starts to pump the blood as well, to increase the circulation throughout the body. And this action of this lower limb movement from legs and feet, this muscle pump, greatly contributes to that circulation boost. Take a pause. At the end of the circ boost, we should have a feeling of, I want to take a deeper breath. Shouldn't be exhausted, shouldn't be breathless, just, yep, that's good. I know I did that. Now we can start our mobility routine, starting at shoulders. If you're in sit position, maintaining this lift and length here, and we're looking to perform all of these mobility movements on a really strong, active centre, trunk. Here's the shoulder mobility in sit or stand. I'm sideways so you can see. Keep holding on to support if you need, or you can lean hips onto support just so that you can really focus on that shoulder movement. And here, and just coming closer so you can see, we should have this big, we're aiming for, working towards this full range of movement, trying to feel our way through how our joints and muscles work for us. And that's what they do, they work for us. We just need to tell them what to do and ask them and train them to do that in a more efficient way for us. Keep the head still. If you have restriction or limitation on either side, we're all different, so just find your way around your movement and what is the fullest possible movement for you. Just looking to do 3, 4, 5 of these really considered rolls. The next movement is linked to that. It's a head movement, head and neck movement is a turn and return to the centre. So the shoulders obviously is connected to the neck, is connected to the head. They all work together. Here in this 10 minutes, we're just being more mindful of how they move for us And these thoughts and considerations and these improvements in movement then continue into all our activities of daily living. These movement snacks are designed to infiltrate and integrate into all and everything else you're already doing. Third movement here on the head movements is this one. Can you see? So it's a backward press, the shoulders are down and relaxed, my gaze remains forward. If you imagine the end of your nose pointing forward, the direction of nose travel doesn't change. Can you see? By that I mean it shouldn't be going up, round or right. The direction of nose travel stays forward, if you can visualise that. Sometimes these visions help. And it's a little backward press, and this is all helping to support the shoulders, the head and the neck positions. Let's have another little injection of foot pedal or circ boost. Now that could be leaving the balls of the feet behind. So by definition we call this a foot pedal, because I'm pedalling and encouraging this muscle pump from the lower limb. And when the foot comes off, we tend to call this a march. So either or does the job. In seated it's the same. So here's the heel raise or the foot pedal, or you can bring that off. If you feel a bit squeezed here in the chair, you might want to just take some extensions instead. Depends how tall you are, depends how low the chair is. Whew. Have another deep breath. Here we go. We're going to focus now on the trunk. This bit here, critical in all of our activities of daily living. It needs to bend, it needs to turn, it needs to reach, and it's got our arms attached to it. So it needs to work for us so that our arms can work for us. Let's start with the turn. In standing, if you're doing this in stand, take the feet slightly wider. This wide position will help you feel more confident and balanced. The base of support is essentially bigger, yes? So we're going to lift out here, take a turn and return back to the centre. Check you're still lifted, check we've got this optimum position here. Turn in the other direction and come straight back to the centre. So we just put a few of those together, little pause in the middle, have a check and then go the other way. Release the arms, they can come with us, you can support them out of the way. The most important thing is the movement is coming from the middle bit, so you might have an extra little bit of activity in the tummy here. This length will help that activity. In seated positions, the turning really now needs some extra activity from the buttocks. So this feeling that you're even across your sit bones, little bit of activity through the buttocks. You can give them an extra squeeze if you want to, just to check they're there. These are your anchors. This base of support in seated positions is as important as the base of support of our feet in standing positions. Arms can come with us. If you feel tired, have a little pit stop. These muscles will fatigue, this is usual. So we're literally training them to work better for us. So upright, turn and come back. 4 or 5 of those and have a little release. Second trunk movement of our trio is a sideways bend in seated. Really important now that you really anchor those buttocks. As I take the sideways bend, nothing changes across the weight distribution at my seat, at my sit position. Support the hands, might feel comfortable for you. Depends what kind of chair you're in. If you have a chair with arms, you might want to lean into the elbow just to give you a bit more support and confidence. We still need strength and balance in seated positions. And if we spend a lot of time inactive in those positions, these movements suddenly become less effective, more uncomfortable, and they limit our capability to move. So we're looking to optimize all of this stuff. Side bend and come back up. The and is significant in my head anyway. I go down and I come straight back again. It just reminds and gives us another hook to go. Well, I'm going down, but I come straight back. Hips stay still, I stay anchored across the feet. I can bring in an arm and come back, or I can reach out to the side and come back. You get the picture. Third movement of our trunk trio is the extension, and we've all, to a certain degree, may have already done part of this movement in our upright posture. So if you think about how you move generally, quite often when you're walking around, you kind of feel yourself a bit saggy, a bit curved, and hopefully with these little prompts, these little thoughts in your head, you'll be able to check yourself and go, oh, hang on a minute, I'm a bit slumped. Well, this one takes us a stage further. We come to upright and add an extra extension and come straight back out. Can you see? So I have the upright plus extend and come back out. And you might want to put the arm here. This helps as an extra guide. Change of position. If you're really steady and confident on feet with no balance concerns, you can put the hands here on the buttocks and lift up and come out. Same in seated. An effective reference point for this can be hands on knees, and just relax the arms, and as you lengthen through the body and extend, the hands will slide up and come out. So this might help guide that movement like so. And again, if you want to put the hand behind, do so. If shoulders find that problematic or are not happy with that, then don't. This stuff should feel good. You should feel that you're moving more. Nothing should be painful or uncomfortable, or certainly any more painful or uncomfortable than things already are for you. They should feel good. That's why we're doing them. Where we at? A little bit of foot pop, a little bit of arms. Let's just park the feet in stand, lift up and just take some bigger ranges through the shoulders. Keep relaxed, but also now bring in a little bit of rotate through the trunk. Same in seated, a little bit of that. So let's use that mobility we've just discovered and bring it into something a little bit more integrated with arms and hips and pelvis. And. It's all linked. Ankles, we're on ankles. Here we go. In stand. Here's the options. Take up support. Not looking to challenge balance here. Looking to optimise ankle, feet and toes. And on this option, can you see that my hip and my knee also are involved? Well, funny that, because that's how we walk. Hip, knees, ankles, toes are all involved in walking, yes? Have a look if you need to. Have we definitely got this activity going on? When I change sides, turn towards the support. Have a look to see stuff's happening. In this one, you see that I've also got lots of activity going on in this hip, so make sure we lift out of that hip as that's going on, and you might want to bend that knee a little bit. So even though the moving part is the focus, I've got lots of other stuff happening. In stand, if you prefer to translate that movement into something more functional, it's our deliberate heel strike, heel back here, all with this lifted posture there. In sit, a couple of options on the ankle mobility. The same option as the stand. This will really depend a lot on how tall you are and chair height as to how comfortable this might feel for you. Still trying to get this action here. 3, 4 or 5 of these. Slow and controlled. Pause after each one if you need to. Or hip walk back, hip walk back, hip walk back. Little lift off the floor and take the extension here. Bringing in the toes in this morning session. I leave my shoes off just so you can see what's happening with toes. If lower limb, ankles, feet and toes are not an option for you, the focus is going to be on this strong base of support working on this hip walk. Lift and shift, lift and shift. So replace ankle feet work with this deliberate hip walk. Okay, that's it. That is the first movement snack of the day done. Crowbar into your day. some additional heel raises with control, and now try to crowbar in. If you're gonna dedicate some heel raise time, try to match that with its perfect twin, the toe raise. And the toe raises can be taken, remember, as a reverse support or a forward support. We need to be able to pick up the toes as we walk, so heel raises and toe raises come together. You can always crowbar in some extra jockey lifts or sit to stands. I'll be back at 12 o'clock for a more functional strength focused, where we will be doing a progress check on sit to stands or jockey lifts, bit more flamingo swinging, bit more toe walking I think today, and always chuck in a bit of a crowbar in a wall press. Keep on crowbarring, keep on moving everyone. See you at 12 if I can drag you out of your day. Go and deploy all of that mobility. Report back at 12 please. Movement snackers. See you then.